There's a new artificial intelligence software called ChatGPT. The software is gaining national attention, and now its role is being discussed in schools. Yasmin Rodriguez takes a closer look at the software in tonight's Crisis in the Classroom.
ChatGPT, or Generative Pre-Training Transformers, a software that's been making headlines recently for its language capability and the ability to understand human conversation. And ChatGPT even wrote that introduction for me. Here's how it works.
ChatGPT is a chatbot that was designed by OpenAI, and it leverages natural language processing models to really understand what users' intentions are and the queries and questions that they have better than that of typical search engines that are out there right now. And then they reply in a way that mimics human speech patterns, so it feels like you're talking to somebody else.
According to OpenAI, the company that launched the software, ChatGPT is a program that interacts in a conversational way. The dialogue format makes it possible for ChatGPT to answer follow-up questions, admit its mistakes, challenge incorrect premises, and reject inappropriate requests. In simple terms.
And it can actually draft papers, outlines, letters, lesson plans, rubrics. I think there is an incredible potential here, and with that potential comes some concerns.
And those concerns are that students can essentially plagiarize their work because the software can develop so much, adding yet another stressful factor in the role of educators.
But then also, I think it's a challenge for professors and faculty and teachers to come in and create more authentic assignments so that something like ChatGPT just can't produce the answer.
ChatGPT was just released in November, so you may be asking why it's creating so much buzz right now.
When new technology comes along that can do what only people could do before, then it creates questions. But new technology is scary and it creates a lot of buzz. But as the technology develops, we need to figure out how to make the use of it.
Because it's still so new, the software's data models are only updated until 2021, meaning some questions may be answered incorrectly, and the software has the ability to spew misinformation, which is where fact-checking comes into play. Which is why officials say you can't completely rely on the software. One common question the software is raising is, will this transition students back into handwritten essays in the classroom? But officials I spoke with say they don't think so.
Generally speaking, I think we've been working with computers and writing to help us revise, do spell check for, decades. So going back to the handwriting, I don't see. That doesn't mean it won't happen.
I spoke with did seem to have the same sentiment. ChatGPT is here to stay, and instead of banning the software like school districts in New York and Seattle have, schools just have to learn how to integrate the software into classrooms.
Artificial intelligence is something that's going to be around for a long time. Just like the calculator that was developed a while ago. When that came out, folks were worried about mathematics and teaching mathematics classes, but we have those going on right now.
Other states are exploring the option of banning ChatGPT in both the classroom and in general. I asked if that would be a possibility here in Pennsylvania schools and received similar responses across the board.
It really is about us in the educational system finding a way to leverage this and assist in the academic setting and not allow people to become reliant upon it.
I think we will continue to explore how to use it and adapt around it rather than to shut it down.
One professor I spoke to saying it's even too early to make that decision in the classroom, and ultimately it depends on the educator.
It's still quite on debate. Some professors kind of ban it in the classrooms because they're afraid of this malicious intention and usage. Other professors are more open-minded, I guess, and then they are trying to adopt how they can creatively use this technique in their classrooms. So we will see lots of use cases and discussions. Right now it's really chaotic.
I also reached out to the Pennsylvania Department of Education about ChatGPT, and they provided me with this statement saying, quote, "Cheating and plagiarism are unacceptable in Pennsylvania schools, and schools have the authority to enforce local sanctions if cheating or plagiarism takes place. PDE is aware of this tool and encourages school entities to familiarize themselves with it and others that may exist, but we have not received reports from school leaders or staff of widespread usage." Educators say websites like Turnitin.com can help identify plagiarism and monitor AI software to make sure students are not wrongly using ChatGPT essays. OpenAI, the company who developed ChatGPT, also released a software called AI Classifier that works to identify plagiarism. Reporting for 6 News, I'm Yasmin Rodriguez.
Thanks for watching the WJAC YouTube channel. For more top stories and breaking news, be sure to subscribe to this page and download our news app.